What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Pour Michigan Reviews. Thanks for clicking on the video, guys. We have a Michigan beer coming in from Frankfort, Michigan, guys. It is Stormcloud Brewing Company. I was just there about 2-3 weeks ago, and I saw that this was coming out in the near future. I didn't realize it was going to be this soon. So this was recently released to distribution. So I do have this at the store. This is coming in around $9.99 for a 6-pack. So very, very good value from Stormcloud. That's what they deliver. That $9.99 to $10.99 price point. Really like that price point there, guys. And what we have today is Cool Cat Kitty Face, a juicy IPA with Kveik yeast. I believe this has been used a lot recently in a lot of brewing recipes. I don't know what the hype is behind Kveik yeast, but I'm seeing it more and more as of late, guys. And on the side of the can, I'll read it for you, excuse me. Fun fact, notorious 1920s gangster Charles Laquet was the sole survivor of a Frankfort turf war, unscathed except for 5 Tommy gun bullets grazing her cheek, hence her famous nickname. She was a Stormcloud regular back in the day, always demanding another of her favorite juicy IPA. We found the recipe in a hidden safe, renamed in her honor. Kind of cool. That's kind of funny on the side there, guys. So, tropical, Kveik ale, Belgian-inspired double dry-hopped IPA, so that is something you don't normally see. Obviously, Stormcloud, for you guys who don't know, Stormcloud's very well known for their Belgian-style beers. Very, very cool spot. You need to go to Frankfort if you haven't been there. Cool, cool place. So, I did notice, guys, when I cracked this, as I'm cracking it, they used this label over their existing can, which is Wild Away, and I did just kind of notice that. So this is not something they normally do, I believe, but they made this label and literally wrapped it around one of their usual cans. So let's dive into Cool Cat Kitty Face. What are we working with? She looks pretty hazy, guys. Very hazy. Boom. Okay, not M43 hazy, but it's got this orangey, amberish hue to it with very intense carbonation. Pretty dense, bright white, fluffy head, guys. Tightly compacted, but yeah, we've got this like kind of amberish, dark, orangish hue to it. That looks about right. A little bit darker on your angle from mine, but that is what we're getting in the glass, guys. Excuse me. Can't get that out of my throat. I had to. Aroma. Wow. Pretty dank, grassy herbaceousness. Sweet, piney, bitter kind of tree bark to it. And citrus. Very, very large citrus notes. Abundant tropical fruit coming through. Very generic styles, though. And I would say there's some sort of like melon in here, melon berry kind of note. Yeah, it's pretty dank and grassy and herbal. Definitely still quite bright, but the dank kind of pininess is sticking out. So let's see what we're dealing with, guys. It's going to be interesting. Cheers. Tad sweet, grainy, grassy. Light medium mouthfeel, not too oily or sticky. Again, drinking more like a lighter beer. This is coming in at, what is the ABV? We don't have an ABV on the can, guys. That's a bummer. So I can tell this is dry hop, though. It's very aromatic. Quite juicy on the palate. It's got like this grainy kind of rice cereal, a little bit of maltiness to it. Some dried mangoes, dried pineapples. I would say there's definitely some citrus notes, such as like grapefruit, a little bit of like juicy clementine underneath there, that little bit of that orange pithiness coming through. More malty than I thought, though. With that kind of sweetness coming off the front, guys, it goes into a nice dry bittering on the back end, but it doesn't cut too sharply. It's pretty well balanced, I would say. This isn't what I expected for some reason. I don't know what I was expecting, but the Kveik yeast is different. It's got a different kind of vibe to it. It's got like this berry kind of citrus, tropical fruit kind of medley going on. I do enjoy the piney, dank dryness on the back end. I do typically like beers like that. So this is actually a very nice release that I didn't expect from Stormcloud. I don't really get this Belgian quality though. I'm not really following where the Belgian yeast is in this beer. And I mean, it's Kveik yeast, so I don't know if this is Belgian inspired or if it's something that they kind of just made up and went on the fly as they made this recipe, guys. And there's some sort of like melon berry note on the back end that kind of blends with the herbal kind of pininess. I do like this beer. I think it's very crushable for what it is, and it is. Here it is, 6.7%. So that's why I think that's a very good range for IPAs, in my opinion. I really like the 6.5 to 7 range. 7 starts getting a little bit bigger for me, but guys, 6-7 is a really great range. I can tell that it's drinking very, very well. This is a very nicely executed beer, a little bit different than the norm, and it seems to be following the hot trend of the Kveik yeast. So I'm all for it, guys. I enjoy this beer, and I would definitely drink it again. A little bit of floral notes in there. That's what's sticking out too. That floral kind of almost centennial vibe to it in a way. Bitterness lingering. I like that bittering dryness on the back end. I'm gonna go. I like this. I really do. 4.07 out of 5 to be specific, guys. I definitely like this. I think it's somewhat fresh. There's no canned on date, but I think this was brewed in the last month or 2 max. So I'm gonna just tell you guys that it's got to be somewhat fresh. I'd say 4 to 6 weeks is the range on this. At worst, 6 weeks. So yeah, guys, this is a 4.07 out of 5 for me. This has been the Cool Cat Kitty Face Juicy IPA from Stormcloud. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I'm Dan. I'll catch you guys on the next one.